Former President George H.W. Bush is in a Houston hospital this morning, 1 week after the death of his wife. A family spokesman says the 93-year-old contracted an infection that spread to his blood, but is responding to treatments and appears to be recovering. Last night, First Lady Melania Trump tweeted, quote, sending healing thoughts of strength along with prayers for President George H.W. Bush tonight. David Begnaud is outside Houston Methodist Hospital. David, good morning.
Good morning. There's a report out that the former president is in the intensive care unit, but a Bush spokesman will not confirm that report. Mr. Bush was admitted to the Houston hospital just 24 hours after his wife was buried. Seated right in front of his wife's casket on Friday, former President George H.W. Bush shook the hands of mourners who came to pay their respects. One day after Barbara Bush's funeral, Bush 41 was admitted to the hospital with an infection that spread to his blood.
Blood infections are very serious, particularly in the elderly.
CBS News medical contributor Dr. David Agus said the whole process of grieving can be stressful on the body, which can compromise the immune system.
You couple that with sitting in a ceremony where you're shaking lots of hands, greeting lots of people, hugging them, kissing them. The potential for spread of infection is real.
Mr. Bush has a form of Parkinson's disease. The 93-year-old has been hospitalized several times in recent years, including for 2 weeks last April with pneumonia and chronic bronchitis.
I think Dad got sick on purpose so that he could be with her. That's my theory, at least.
At Barbara Bush's funeral on Saturday, her son Jeb described how his parents were inseparable, even recently being admitted to the hospital at the same time. The Bushes were married for 73 years, longer than any other president and first lady in U.S. history. Jeb Bush says in his mother's final days, he asked her how she felt about dying, and she told him this.
I don't want to leave your dad, but I know I'll be in a beautiful place.
A family spokesman says the former president has made it clear he wants to get out of the hospital and get to his family's home in Maine to spend the summer there. The former president has an adventurous spirit. You might recall he went skydiving at 80, 85, and 90, and he will turn 94 in June. He is, by the way, the longest living U.S. president.
David, thanks. That house in Kennebunkport, so central to the Bush family. I want to get there, I would imagine, right away.
And he's always rallied. You know, we've seen him down. He's always rallied, but he always had Barbara by his side, too. It was so touching to see him there in front of her casket greeting everybody.
That's right.
So let's hope that he rallies again.
He's been in and out many times, and he has always rallied. You're right.
Get well soon, Mr. President.